What's up, y'all? It's yours truly, DJ SZB from 106liveradio.com. And of course, I have the beautiful Miss Rose Solo here with me as well. What's up, Rose?
Nothing much. How you doing, Ezzy?
I'm feeling good. We're here at the ACE event taking place here at the Atlanta. It's as a media launch, the media launch 2018. And with us, we have Ricardo Drew. What's up, boy?
I'm King Bubba. That's Ricardo Drew.
What's up, King Bubba?
I'm Ricardo Drew. That's King Bubba.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all about the fun, the excitement, and we're here in downtown Atlanta. How you guys feeling today, man?
Good, man. Of course, it's always good to be here and be a part of such a great experience. Of course, the whole concept of the ACE weekend is bringing, unity in the culture. And, as you could see, Bubba and I are from two different parts of the world. But, well, we're still from the Caribbean, but we're two different parts of the Caribbean. And we still come together and do things to bring people together. So, to do something like this is always great.
How significant it is for you for being a Trinidadian and to be here with Bubba, who's from Barbados? How significant is that for you?
Well, let's correct. I'm not Trinidadian. I'm actually Antiguan.
Okay.
I was raised in Trinidad, so of course there will be Trinidad roots, and that just adds to what we're doing. I mean, it adds to the culture. It's about dabbling into different things. Of course, Bubba's from Barbados, I'm from Antigua, and we both have Trinidad roots. And we're able to take the little things that we learned from Grenada and St. Vincent's and Barbados and Antigua and put it together, mix it up in one pot, and send it back out.
All right, so Bubba, back to you now, man. The ACE event, the ACE weekend, how significant is that for you?
Well, I feel great to be here. Big up International Stephen for inviting me. I'm usually on the stage, in the studio, but being a part of something like this is new for me, but I enjoying it right now. Glad to be here and glad to be a part of culture.
So we're representing soca music here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, soca music is actually going to a whole new level. We've seen the transition, we've seen the elevation, we've seen other great soca artists transition into a more for mainstream type music, incorporating the soca music. Tell us, how do you feel about that?
I feel great. I mean, to be an ambassador for this music, as they say, soca music is right now the only unknown genre, and for us to be a part of that and help build that and create that and to leave a legacy for other people to now pick up like we picked up from the others and move forward with it and do what we got to do is just amazing, man. It's a blessing from God.
What about you, King Bubba? We know the international scene right now is taking over with the soca music, the transition of mainstream music being incorporated into soca. How significant is that for you?
Very significant. I remember when soca was very seasonal, but we're at a point now that people are starting to realize the whole package. People outside of the West Indies, people outside of the islands, they want to jump up behind the truck, party to the music, and just feel the vibe that we have as a Caribbean, as a whole Caribbean, all the islands, we have something special that the whole world is now putting their eyes on.
One thing as a DJ that I really recognize and I really appreciate is the fact that being a DJ out here in Atlanta, there are a lot of people, like you said, they're not familiar with soca music. And recently we've seen, like I said, we had an event here at the Atlanta Carnival weekend. There was an event that took place here where we brought in a whole bunch of different acts. And they featured more of the international soca music. It was a really good look. And I think the non-Caribbeans right now are falling into that trend because it sounds pop-ish, but it's soca.
Right, and not only that, but it's new. And people like new things. And once it can be presented to you in a way that's inviting, you're going to want to taste it. Like you see some food there, you're like, oh, what's that? You want to, and if it tastes good, you're gonna be a lover until, and that's exactly what soca music does. Soca music brings out that happiness, that joy, that presence of feeling free. Whether it's for a day, whether it's for 2 days, whether it's for a month, you enjoy it. So I think that the people that don't know it and don't understand the culture and now watching it and watching all these people having fun. Like the other day we won a cruise called the Uber Soca Cruise.
Right.
And it was crazy. We're on the boat, we're having fun. It was 5 days of partying, and a stranger, somebody that doesn't know what's going on, is going to look at that and be like, man, I want to do that. I want to enjoy that. So I think that's what it is. People are they want to taste it.
I call soca music happy music.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say before Drew said it. we're selling happiness. We're living in a stressed out world right now, and soca music gives people that relief.
And also, I think people are starting to realize the diversity of the Caribbean because, you know, people didn't understand that there's so many different cultures in the Caribbean. And when you look at soca music, it brings out, you know, we have reggae and reggae is there, but no one understood how diverse the Caribbean culture was when they look at Bubba and they look at everybody and they see, you know, all of us there. And the cruise especially, when you're on the cruise and you look at the cruise and everyone on the cruise, you see how diverse the Caribbean culture is and it makes people more attractive. It makes people more attractive.
For me, what is always a great feeling is when Ricardo can tell you we perform for audiences where you have Haitians, people from the Virgin Islands, St. Martin, Guadeloupe. I mean, all in one party. St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Antigua, Barbados. Let me say, somebody from all the islands, Trinidad, Barbados, and they recognize our music. And these are people from so many different places. So it's not that, okay, only Barbados crowds react for the music because Bubba's from Barbados or Antigua for Ricardo.
Right.
We have actually managed to penetrate all the islands and the whole industry. And, you know, it's an amazing feeling. We feel blessed. We feel blessed to be here, and we feel blessed to be accepted, and people love what we do.
There was once upon a time when soca artists would only sing on their own track. Now we see a lot of collaborations. Tell us about that as well.
Unity is strength. You know, there's some areas that I would not have been able to touch had I not worked with Bubba, and you know, vice versa. And at the end of the day, we come together as a unit, one goal, one mission, one goal, one mission. And the mission is simple: to penetrate the world, not just our market, but the world, and let these people know what we're about, what our culture is about. Just like this ACE experience, it's about giving the people, as Bubba would say, the entire experience, the entire package.
And trust me, like, people back home, they say, Bubba, where you heading to this weekend? I would say Atlanta Carnival press launch. And they'd be like, soca's in Atlanta? Yeah, it's in Bermuda, it's in Bahamas, it's everywhere. So when I was in school, I'm about 32 now, but I remember when I was like 12 years old, 13 years old, Barbados, we would only hear soca for that little time every year.
Only for crop over.
Yeah, and now soca plays all year round. So it's so incredible to see how far the art form has come, man. It really gives me a lot of hope, because once the whole world sees what we have to offer, they're going to want it because we have it.
It's all about the energy.
People like soca makes everyone. You said it. It's happy music. You said it. It's happy music, and everybody enjoys it. And I know a lot of people always say, you have something going on, you're not feeling good. And I have a certain friend. She said, well, let's have a party. You know her. Let's have a party, and we play our music and we enjoy ourselves and we, have a good time. And that's what it's really about. It's really about forgetting the stress and just coming in and enjoying yourself and being together and enjoying each other's company. And
That's right. That's right. That's right. Soca gives you a moment of freedom.
yes, to release, to relax.
Just to release, just to get away from the problem, to get away from the husband, to get away from the wife. Soca and Carnival is actually only one of the few times where you and your wife could go into a party, and from the time you enter the door, you say, all right, what time you coming back? See at you go so, she go so, y'all bounce up in the middle of the party. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, take a wine. Yeah, I real wine too.
No, soca music and Caribbean people are probably the only people in the world that I know that would party for 5 days straight without sleeping
Yes.
because of the beat of the soca drum. And big up to every single artist out there playing a part, from the smallest to the biggest. 2 hands clap. You understand? Unity is strength, and we got to keep pushing forward because we're going to make it.
We've seen people like Marshall Montano collaborating with Ariana Grande, and that's going mainstream. What about you? Is there any specific artist that you think you want to collaborate with that's from North America?
Quite a few artists I would love to collaborate with. I mean, I would love to collaborate with like a Chris Brown, with like a Neo, with even going back to like Boyz II Men and doing different things like that, and just dabbling in different things and putting out different products. At this point, Bubba and I are now in a point in our career where we could experiment and say, okay, well, you know what? I want to do a whole song with me crying. And cry and see how it goes. And that's what it's about. We can't just stay in one lane, because that's what kept soca from moving forward years ago.
I agree.
So we just gotta experiment and do what we have to do.
Yeah, man, respect to the veterans, but you know, everything is evolution, and right now, soca is evolving, and people are recognizing it's not just the music we have, but we have that whole package to offer.
What is Bubba working on right now?
More hits. Yeah, man, you know, we always working to give the people great records to party to. Ricardo Drew and I have a song coming out, Drunk Day Today, music video is coming out. It's gonna be crazy for Carnival.
You gonna be drunk?
Oh yeah.
You gonna be drunk?
Always.
I got a question for you. I got a question for 106 Live Radio.
Yes, sir.
How many shots does it take to get to the bottom of the bottle?
One header.
No, that's not the answer. The answer is a lot.
She said 100 and something. 106.
106 Live Radio, Caribbean Live TV. We're here at the ACE Media Launch 2018. Bubba,
It's probably 106 shots of water for her.
she's a hard drinker, man.
All right, so we're challenging you then. We're challenging you today. All right? All right.
All right. So what's new? What's new for Ricardo Drew now?
Well, after here, we go to Trinidad. I mean, we have quite a few gigs outside of Trinidad for the Christmas season, but inside of Trinidad now it's about penetrating that market and building that vibe, because of course, you know, there's a Trinidad Carnival and stuff like that, creating new music not only for Trinidad but for the rest of the world, and just doing what we have to do, as he said, creating more hits, and you know, just working on the alcohol stamina, because both Bubba and I have now been dubbed rum gods. We're rum gods.
Rum God?
Rum gods.
Rum gods.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Rum
And the
God.
thing is, you know, off the topic, I want to big up Ricardo. We met in 2007. He didn't know who I was, or I didn't know who he was, and he invited me into the studio to work with him. You know, we had some ups and downs, and now we're a team. We have hits together, and we're one unit. And you know, I just want to say thanks for looking out for me, and you know, giving me an opportunity as well. And you know, I help him, he helps me. You know, and that goes back to soca music. It's all about unity. All the islands come together. We are stronger than just one.
I think that's a really good look, fellas. But I want to take your time to thank you guys for hanging out with me, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Remember to keep it locked on 106.
106.
And here, you're welcome.
106 Live Touchdown, gal bubble it.
Hey, boy.
All right, once again, guys, DJ SZB Rose Solo, Caribbean Live TV, 106liveradio.com, ACE Media Launch 2018. Thank you, guys. Peace out.